Hello. What's going on, y'all? Hmm. What's up, y'all? How is everybody doing? How everybody doing, man? Man, phone somewhere around here. I gotta find my phone. I'm gonna wait till I throw the music on. Uh, gotta find my phone, bro, and then I gotta try to go these 2 minutes too. I know I can do it without swearing. I'm not gonna swear. We got some stuff to talk about. Let me talk about some stuff, man. You know, some of the stuff we are look. I try to pick my topics based on something I think is gonna kind of hit with everybody, or if I feel like it's something that we all need to know. Like we ain't all discussing it, but we all should be discussing it. So I go from there. Okay. And yeah, that's how I do, man. Um, so today I happen to be looking at a couple things, and this is what's interesting. My bad, y'all. In case y'all wonder what I'm doing, I'm just making sure I get everything all set up so I can get as much views as I can in the thing in the room. If you watching right now, go ahead hit that like button. I'm trying to get some more folks up in here. Okay. I like these days like this for content creating. And just, just doing stuff, engaging myself creatively. These rainy days like this, kind of overcast days, it make you happy that you got a roof over your head, nice warm place to be at, you know what I'm saying? Make you appreciate life and shit. Yep. Yeah, feel me? So yeah, it's just one of them days, one of them good creative days. And but this the thing though. Hold on, let me do a sound check. Turn the cap down a little. All right, there we go. Yeah, we good. All right, so one thing I noticed was over since I started doing this live stream, right? I'll look at certain topics. I try to get off into a topic or whatever, something I'm kind of interested in, something I think is either a big deal now or it's gonna be a big deal soon, right? And I noticed that a few of my topics that I talked about, I covered them first, and then I seen them in other places. Like I seen them in more mainstream news outlets, but I covered the motherfuckers first. So that shit lets me know that I'm on to something. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about that. And it feel good though, for real. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, I feel like a fake ass journalist because I mess around and I'm talking about something and I'm feeling some type of way about it, and I done did my research on it, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to tell my small following about this topic tomorrow. And then here go the topic on the mainstream news outlet, and I'm like, wow. And not like they got to it before me, because they usually get to it after me. I'm an excellent predictor, like trends and things that are going on. I always said I could be an FBI profiler if I chose to go and do like government work or something. I wouldn't work at like the local police station sitting around farting and shit. But if it was something interesting like FBI profiling and shit, like y'all ever seen that one Law and Order where it got not SVU but the one with the weird ass dude, Vincent D'Onofrio. It's called like Law and Order Criminal Intent, and he be looking at evidence all weird and asking weird questions, and then he figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I could be like that because I be looking my mind work like a processor. And so when I see these topics, and I'm like, I know this topic is gonna be something, or I know this thing that people are not taking into consideration is going to end up being something, right? So I look into it. Next thing I know, boom, hey, boom. You know what I'm saying? They talking about my topic that I was talking about, you know? So I feel like it's just a way of, you know how with any type of new scientific writing or anything scholarly, it has to be peer reviewed, meaning people in that field have to approve of it. I feel like that's a fake ass peer review. When you see other journalists or just other news outlets talking about your topics that you talked about or that you cared about. So yeah, got me a couple peer reviews. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into the Donda Academy. We gonna get into, you know, like I said, the beat Ari Melber, exactly what he was talking about that I seen on there was I told people in one of my earlier live streams to consider Elon Musk, right? The fact that Elon Musk is one person who not a government official or none of that shit, but he got more money than the fucking government got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about the implications of that. How do the law apply to a man with more wealth than the government he's subject to the laws of? You got to think about that shit. And recently, they found out some shit about him and along those lines. It's like, man, you have to take these things into consideration. A young black dude on Buffum can't be smarter than national security experts and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be thinking deeper than that. But anyway, I digress. We got some stuff to talk about, like I said. Then I'm gonna tell y'all this story about, if y'all don't know what a token black friend is, I'm gonna explain it to y'all, right? You ever heard somebody say, like, I ain't racist, I got black friends, but it don't be black friends, it be one black friend. Yeah, I was the token black friend at one point, right? Like your white friend's only friend. So I'm gonna tell y'all some tales from the token. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it first. Let's start out with some music. Y'all know how we do. MacWorld 1012. I'm gonna throw this freestyle on I did with my guy the other day who came through. Shout out to Feeve, man. Shout out to the founding fathers, the block caucus. All you niggas, man. Let's go. Love Jones, all y'all, man. The whole family. Let's go. MacWorld. Yeah, it's the Friday Night Massacre. I'm with my homeboy. See,
Oh,
he got the blunt on standby. Gone to your man, bye. Know what we on, don't try. Know that the Mac 2 fly. Look above me, it ain't shit but the sky. You in tears, wanna cry. I drive by, something nice, damn, shiny. Don't got on no ice, twice. How I did it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 rounds, 5 guys, no lies, yeah.
how you claim to be the hot guy?
Hi.
You're not one of the real niggas if you're not mine.
Hell no.
Yeah, I watch y'all drop it like pop flies. Come on the field, smack face, snot flies.
Ooh, damn.
How you claim to be the hot guy? You're not one of the real niggas if you're not mine. Yeah, I watch y'all drop it like pop flies. Come on the field, smack face, snot fly. What's going on? A nigga that try to fuck with 60 feet. I be coming through your hood like, hey, do you see? But it's full of Ray Charles and then the niggas, the little niggas, the niggas named Steve. Them niggas be like, yo, they don't even believe me. I be like, there's aliens around us and niggas see me.
Niggas see me, they know that we greedy, man. They wanna get what we got, it's not easy. We didn't do it overnight though. It's like Reiki, I'm like right though. I'm like light though. I'm like that nigga off Death Note. This the best quote I could come up with to let you know that I'm the shit. Not right now, it's permanent. That's a permanent state. So when you see me shining, then that's permanent hate. That's gonna be on your face while you're looking like that. Fix it up, clean it up, laundry mat, do another cycle. I'm like Myers, Michael, when I come through playing with you like a Tyco toy. Oh boy, like an almond joy. Got nuts, got your hoe off in the cut like what? And she just wanna come around, but from 33 old and be a little slut. And I'ma let her. They say when you know better, you do better. And I know it better, so I do it better. And then I get cheddar like.
Then I grab the shredder like, let me grate that up, because it's the great, say what? The 60 foot of fever in the cut. The illest nigga coming, so what? You gonna do? You gonna try to stand in that cipher and go 1, 2, 2. Try to go or blow a few.
What?
Nigga, you gonna have to blow a few. Just like that bitch I got on the strip. If you gonna try to go toe to toe with who?
Toe to toe with who? You know that this an overview. We do overkill, man, you know the deal, Cobra Kai. That's how we come through, blowing something hella high. Why would you even try to oppose us? Do you know us, man? Bill and Ted, and you bogus. It ain't no thrust on your weapon. Come through half stepping, and we come through whole measures. We don't even need no treasure. This shit gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. I don't take no pleasure in whooping your ass. Hey, MacWorld, what's going on? Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, first up, I'm going to talk to y'all about Elon Musk, like I was telling y'all about. So specifically, the thing that I said on my other stream was you have to take into consideration the fact that this dude got more money than the government, right? You think about that shit, and you think about the fact that we see a rich person get away with something. You see a rich person, they could pick their lawyer, they could delay the trial, they could pay the person off, they can do what's called I forget what it's called, man. I want to say they like burner lawsuits, where basically the person keep on pushing you with litigation. Fresh, what up? Moderator in the house. Watch yourself. Wrenches, big wrenches on deck, big tool on deck. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta take into consideration that a person with money can circumvent the law. A person with a lot of money can sponsor bills and literally change the law. Politicians don't just pass bills, the bill has to be sponsored. Y'all don't know what a sponsor is. A sponsor is a fucking trick. So, bill gotta be sponsored, man. They not just doing this shit with kindness and hopes and prayers, right? Which kind of disenfranchise people with voting, because they think, damn, my vote ain't got $1 attached to it. But you know what? I'm gonna explain what I actually think voting is. I know for a fact your actual ballot box vote ain't what they make it seem it is. But it do count for something. You know what I mean? It do factor into something. Imagine voting being more like the census. More like the census than directly choosing who you finna get for president or for whatever position. I think the local elections, though, are more in line with the number of votes that you get, you know what I mean? But when it comes to presidential, picking the president, the ballots only count for what's called the popular vote. When you vote in the down ballot elections, that vote is the vote. It ain't no popular vote in the down ballot elections. But when it comes to president, they got that safeguard called the Electoral College. And what they do is they reduce the ballot vote, the vote of the actual people, down to just being a popular consensus called the popular vote. You know what I mean? So what the consensus is two different leadership styles. the right wing or the left wing leadership style is what you are consenting to, what you are voting on, right? You're not really picking a person, because even along them lines, bills will have to be passed bipartisan and so on and so forth. So you're picking upon, imagine you an employee, you born into the United States, you born as an employee, right? So from there, you got to pick what kind of boss you want. Do you want a boss that's gonna run the company hard line and be like, okay, it's all about the company's bottom line? Or do you want a boss to think like it's the employees that make up the company and we need to look out for the employees to get the company straight? So it's just two different leadership styles. But on that same note, a motherfucker with more money than the government has more sway than the government. Think about if Elon Musk, he's an American citizen right now, but he's not even from America. Elon Musk is from South Africa. So he an African dude, he a white South African dude, right? But he an American citizen right now. What happened if he decided to go to China? What happened if he decided to go to Russia or anywhere else? You know what I mean? The implications of that, people don't think about that shit. And I was pointing that out on one of my early podcasts. Shout out to MacWorld. You know what I'm saying? We working. And now I turn on Ari Melber. If y'all don't know who Ari Melber is and y'all don't know what the beat is, he this dude. Y'all should check this show out. He a white dude who, like a big rap fan, like a real big hip hop fan, right? So he tell his news and everything like that, but he always related to rap music though. You know what I'm saying? It's slick the way he do it. Like he'll take something, he'll be talking about something that got something to do with the government and be like, you know, it's like that Gucci song, you know, no pad, no paper or something like that. It's slick. I just feel like it's kind of dope how we do that shit, and his references be obscure, and I always kind of listen to it. So shout out to Ari Melber. We gonna look at him right now. Check this out, Elon Musk.
In our billionaire era, the thing about billionaires is they get a lot of adulation. They clearly have excess wealth, but often they don't get enough scrutiny, even as they publicly wield powers that can outstrip entire countries. So it matters if the world's richest person, yes, the person with more money than anyone else on earth, Elon Musk, manages to buy and control one of the world's most influential platforms, Twitter. You know, the United States tries to regulate how much of the media one company can own. We're talking about owning all of a multi-billion-dollar global platform, a whole different level of power. And that may appeal to Musk, who can then advance his business and government interests if he ultimately buys Twitter and owns it outright. Now, what I just said may sound like an obvious point, and Musk is clearly good at amassing wealth. There's no evidence he'd be retracting that approach when he manages this for-profit company. Indeed, as we've reported before, he will have a legal duty to his investors under law to pursue profits. But that's where this gets really interesting.
So what he's saying is take that into consideration. The wealthiest person controlling the biggest communication platform, right? What do that mean? It's like, this is a person that's not really, he got a political stance, he got his own personal, you know, views on shit, but now he can control what is considered free speech. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. That's a power grab. You know, somebody say, yeah, I just want to buy the biggest free speech platform in the world just because I want to keep it straight. I want to make sure it's all fair and balanced. You know what I think about that? Come on, man, you a businessman, your bottom line is profit. And now with you buying this platform, you have an obligation to your shareholders to try to make a profit. I know how shit work. I know how stocks and all that work, and how it work when a company goes public. You obligated to try to make a profit at that point. So a lot of morals and ethics and all that go out the window. Free speech might not be the most profitable thing. So we gonna see how it worked, but that's something you got to take into consideration. Let's go.
And that's where it's embarrassing some people over on the right, as I mentioned earlier in the show, and I'm going to show you right now. Musk's pursuit of Twitter, the way he's done it, has actually been very revealing. People cheered Musk on by just accepting his claims that his true, deeper goal is to save Twitter, make it better, make it more friendly to what he calls free speech. And they accepted the idea that it's not about Elon Musk or his money, that he just wants to save free speech despite lack of much of a record in that area in his career. American conservatives also accepted Musk's promise that he would basically help them on Twitter and put Trump back on the platform and do other things that they want. Now, it was just about 3 months ago when Musk negotiated this Twitter purchase, after which he backed out, and that really was the first public sign, if you needed one, on this specific issue, not looking at his past career, that this is not a post-money charity project for free speech for Elon Musk. He pulled out of the $44 billion deal over the summer because of money, business concerns, tech stock.
So that's what I'm saying. Motherfucker got billions of dollars and they letting you do stuff. They letting you do stuff they wouldn't let companies do. You one person, they letting you have monopolies on things they wouldn't let monopolies. Like companies, they broke up monopolies back in the days when they was trying to form them, right? For a reason. And now they letting one person do it on the strength of like, basically a nigga saying like, man, I promise I'll be a good boy. Man, listen, you gonna do what you want. Once you got that shit in your possession, you're gonna do what you want to do. But that's the that's the, you know, the cost of having power. With power come responsibility. What's going on right now is we got people that want a lot of power, but they don't want a lot of responsibility. And that's just what it is. Let's go.
Tanking. Now, Musk was breaking a commitment, a pattern that Republican fans might want to monitor. Twitter sued him over the broken commitment, which teed up this potential trial and new evidence and secret texts coming out. And then this new surprise.
Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter appears to be back on track tonight. Musk moving to avoid a lawsuit from the company.
Musk and Twitter are working to close a $44 billion purchase of the social media network after Musk tried walking away from the original acquisition agreement earlier this year.
President Trump could be back on Twitter before the midterms now that billionaire Elon Musk is once again in line to buy the social media platform.
And as y'all see, it all tied together. I'm going to go a frame ahead because that look gross. But as y'all see, it all tied together. Like, they talking about free speech, this and that, but they're explicitly saying in the media the specific moves that will, what's the word, not proceed, that will come, you know, that'll come after it and shit. That will precede, you know, whatever he trying to do. They talking about President Trump will be back on Twitter. Like shit like that. Like, man, it's always bigger things in play. It's not always a conspiracy and shit because your ass so broke that people will do this shit right in your face. People put stuff right in your face, but you gotta, don't let money blind you. Don't let shiny shit blind you, all that, because at the end of the day, like I said, eating fancy bread and regular bread still gonna fill your stomach up the same. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker eating a bunch of fancy bread start to see you with your regular bread still happy with your shit, he might get mad. Like, man, how come my bread ain't hitting harder? You know what I mean? So don't think because motherfuckers got money that they not subject to regular human nature and emotions and shit like that. And dude pulled out this money. He put out this deal over the money. It wasn't about no, oh man, no, I'm just a free speech warrior. I don't care about. Nah, when it came down to it, he pulled out over that money. And that's what they talking about. Like, it could be a lot of different things like that. I like to use this as an example. Let's say this dude bought We Energies or something like that. And he says, you know what? I just want to make sure that energy cost is safe. But then he said, nah, I changed my mind. I think everybody need to go all electric. I'm Elon Musk and this is what the fuck I feel like. and you couldn't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what could you do? Because they done gave him that power already. Like, he got Twitter now. So regardless of what he want to do with it, he could do it. And this ain't just a regular person. This the richest dude on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see how this shit unfold. But I don't think it's going to go the way he think it's going to go. And I don't think it's going to go the way y'all think it's going to go. But let's go and see if he's saying anything else about it. We're going to move on from him, but a little bit more. Let's go.
So they're back to the deal. They're wrangling. Twitter thinks Musk is still playing games and mischief in this process. By the way, over these 3 months, that's added a lot of uncertainty to Twitter and hobbled the platform that Musk says he wants to help. Some of his investors may also be backing out. Now, this is all out in the open. Musk has been all over the place. He's broken his word.
Hold on, let me
He's
go
used
back
people and alliances when useful.
Dog look
Says he wants
crazy.
to
Y'all
help.
see this nigga face?
Some of his
though?
investors may also be back.
Look how Dog look. He look crazy. That shit look crazy. And I gotta go back. I pause it. For everybody watching. Look at Dog face, man. That shit look crazy as a motherfucker, dude. How these rich people, man, be looking so fucking whacked out. Damn, what do they be doing to their faces and shit? I know Ken probably know what he did to his face. She'll probably look and be like, well, he did this and he had a porcelain veneers and... But dude, face fucked up, though. Shit look crazy as hell. But yeah, enough for Elon Musk, though. Basically, like I'm saying, the whole point, you gotta watch that shit. Somebody with a bunch of money getting put in a position of power like we thought that. Or not we, because I ain't think that shit, because I did my research, but people were under the impression that putting a businessman in the White House would mean that automatically the country would be ran like this business and it's gonna go efficient and all these decisions and all this shit, man. Come on. That businessman shit ain't nothing but a aesthetic. You could be a solid businessman while you sitting at home in your fucking pajamas if your product is solid enough and you know how to do outreach online or just so on and so forth. Success don't necessarily look a certain way. It feel a certain way, right? So don't let these motherfuckers fool you, man, into just thinking because they got money that they got your best interests in mind. And they gonna learn that with Elon Musk. I don't know so much about Jeff Bezos, but you know, we'll see what go on with Jeff Bezos, because he don't seem to be as involved in like social and political type stuff like Elon Musk. But ain't no telling, man. These motherfuckers building these rockets and doing all this shit, so ain't no telling. But you know, that brings me to my next topic. People doing a bunch of shit that's weird. I was watching The Breakfast Club this morning and they was saying something about Donda Academy, which another story, and it tied to what I was saying at first. That's another story that I talked about before anybody was talking about that shit. Well, before the mainstream news outlets was talking about it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to The Breakfast Club. What up, Kia in the building? I'm gonna go to The Breakfast Club so y'all can hear what they was saying about it, and then I'm gonna show y'all this video from this channel. And the channel is actually, this video came out oh shit, this video came out on the 4th, October 4th. So it actually ain't that old. But I'm gonna show y'all this video after I let y'all hear what The Breakfast Club was saying about this Donda Academy or whatever, and just so y'all can hear their opinions and all that shit. Pretty interesting shit. Let's look at it.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club. All right. Well, Kanye West, because of the things he's been doing online and things that he's been saying, the hateful things he's been saying, that has prompted Kim Kardashian to have to beef up security for their kids. She's had to hire extra security at their kids' private school in California, and he's been repeatedly name dropping that school as well. So they just want to make sure that individuals don't try to show up to school and pose any type of threats. You know, something you have to think about when you're doing these things.
That is ridiculous to put your kids' school's name out there like that. Like you've made them targets now.
Right, and Kanye, in the meantime, has opened up his Christian private school called Donda Academy. We told you about this before. Parents have to sign NDAs to have their kids attend. It's $15,000 a year, but it's not accredited, all right? Here's a video that's been surfacing where you can see the kids are singing Good Morning Donda.
Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there and say a little something just in case y'all ain't hear that. Again, shout out to my other moderator. So Donda Academy is not accredited. It's supposed to be a private school, supposed to be a Christian school. And I told y'all remember I told y'all that Kanye West, if y'all know what prosperity gospel is, it's these people like Joel Osteen, like Creflo Dollar, that they teach that they have like a whole lot of materialism, and they show that like blessings is basically in the form of money and this lavish lifestyle that you'll live. It's like the gospel of living this prosperous lifestyle, and you gotta believe. It's a cult. It's like a cult, but kind of like a pyramid type of thing too. You know what I mean? And I basically said like Kanye West, he add a lot of religious shit to his raps. He add a lot of materialism. Everything is about money, about materialism, but it's also like God thrown in there. And I didn't know that he did joint telecast with Joel Osteen and shit. And I didn't know that he was doing a couple different prosperity gospel things like that. So it kind of gave me a little bit more insight into what he trying to do to black people and what he trying to do with black people. You know what I mean? And why it's not working. And he probably that's probably why he frustrated with us right now, because it ain't working. What he probably thought he could serve up, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't do, you know. But Donda Academy though, not accredited. You gotta pay a $15K tuition to get in there. And as you see at the bottom of the caption on the bottom of the video, you have to sign an NDA agreement. That's a non-disclosure agreement. Now, that shit right there is crazy. I wouldn't let my kids go nowhere where I couldn't say what was going on at the school. And I had to sign an agreement to say where I couldn't say what was going on. Now, I was watching this thing. I'm going to go back a little bit more because I want y'all to hear this creepy ass chant. He talking about the kids doing this Good Morning Donda thing or whatever. Now, if y'all don't know who Donda is Kanye West's mom who passed away. It's also the name of the academy. And this is how people do things. They use interchangeable words, which I got a video on that shit where a dude was talking about it. He was doing a smart analysis on how people use those interchangeable words and use that wordplay to try to kind of throw people off. So this is the video on that right there. Nitrous TV, that's his name. Shout out to Nitrous TV. But what we looking at is this right here, because I was saying this when I heard him doing the chant talking about the Good Morning Donda. I had commented on the video, and I was like, knowing Kanye West and like, you know, is the shit that he into and all that. I said I wouldn't be surprised, and he got them signing NDAs to go to the school. It's supposed to be a Christian school, and they doing this Good Morning Donda thing. I don't know what exactly it's supposed to be. But I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of ritual that he trying to do using these kids' energy. Now that was my thoughts, my independent thoughts, right? Knowing how those rituals and shit work. And so in the midst of me thinking that, I promise I happened to run across this video. Now, this video is from 8 days ago, and it's a dude named Nick Jones. And the caption of the video says Kanye West is building a cult designed as disguised as a Christian school. So I'm gonna play the video so y'all can see what he had to say about it. And now, mind you, what I said that without seeing this video or nothing, I just seen this video this morning. I said that I think that the shit he doing with these kids could damn near be some sort of ritual he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Knowing all that type of shit that he into. And so now, check it out. Let's go.
Kanye West wants your kids. Seriously. Ye opened Donda Academy in November 2021, and supposedly it's a private Christian school that is firmly planted on the word of God. Their words, not mine. But what I saw yesterday has me really second guessing the entire reason why Kanye really opened this school.
Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda. Good morning, Donda.
Oh yeah, for those of y'all that can't see, it's a bunch of kids all dressed in black. They all got on like various shades of black, baggy clothes, and it's just some creepy shit. And it say via Kanye West on TikTok. So this is a video he shared himself. So apparently, shit, he wanted y'all to see this shit. Let's go.
Good morning, Donda. 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 Good morning. Good morning, Donda. 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 Good morning. Good morning.
Just so y'all can't see this, it's a little girl like that's supposed to be leading, I guess, whatever this is, like a little choir or whatever it's supposed to be, whatever mock choir, Donda service or whatever, right? But for those of y'all that could see the video, watch what happened. Watch what this adult do to the little girl when they get done. Just watch it. I noticed this. I was like, hold on, ain't nobody noticed that? But watch this shit. That was crazy right there, right? Low key. Like, she tried to kiss this little girl all in her mouth, this big Rosie O'Donnell looking ass woman, dude. Like, she trying hard to get to the, like, the girl turning her head, and like you could see her pulling away. You could see the lady putting her arm around her, trying to like force her. Man, look, don't send your kids to that school. They gonna be subject to some shit that they can't say nothing about because you had to sign an NDA to send them there. So to me, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Let's go.
For those of you who don't know, Donda is actually Kanye's mother who passed away in 2007 following complications from a cosmetic surgery. According to the school's website, their daily schedule includes a full school worship session. Now, I don't know if that video that you just watched is a part of that daily worship time that they have, or if it's like a separate choir class or whatever, but regardless, it's weird. I say this with all due respect. Kanye, why do you have these children talking to a dead person? I understand this is your mom. I understand that you made this school in order to honor your mom and to honor God at the same time. But the fact of the matter is, your mom is no longer here, brother. Your mom is no longer here. We cannot communicate with dead people. We cannot teach our children that it is normal to communicate with dead people. That is demonic. That is idolatry. I'm a Christian. With all due respect to my Catholic brothers and sisters, I don't pray or worship dead people. I'm not talking to Mary or James or Peter or Paul. The only person I'm communicating with is the one that died and who rose again, the one who defeated death, the only one that
Okay, now he getting off into his, he finna start postulating over here, about who he worship and the Most High and all that. And that's cool, but, shout out to everybody of every religion, right? But I agree with what he's saying. Ain't no religion that nobody practice and nothing you should be introducing no kids to where it should be talking to dead people or trying to communicate with dead people. Like, come on, man, we got to be better than that. And it's not only that, it's just shit. The shit is creepy, but I'm not even going to waste no time because I want to tell y'all this story, right? And let's go into this shit one time. Let's go. This is the video this other guy put up here. And I felt like it was just eye-opening because I'm thinking like, okay, dude got this Sunday service. He say he Yeezus and all that. He trying to start this cult. He had Marilyn Manson with him. And this is another thing. He brought this up in the video, but I was thinking about the whole Marilyn Manson angle. Like, how would people feel if anybody else brung a Satanist? What if R. Kelly just was with a Satanist? What if, you know what I'm saying, a rapper was just with a Satanist or whatever like that? Like, how would they take it? And not somebody that actually hold a Sunday service and say they this gospel rapper or they this Christian rapper, but also they always starting conflicts. They talking about they hate the Jews, which Jesus was a Jew, you know what I'm saying? But then he also say the black people were the Jews. Okay, and even if he say that he talking about the black people, then he hate the black people because he say he going DEFCON 3 on the Jews and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's what got him canceled off Twitter and Instagram, if y'all don't know. So it's one of them things where he's speaking like double words. And I was thinking that when he said, I'm going DEFCON 3 on the Jews, and he was like, but I can't be anti-Semitic because the black people are Jews. Are you saying, okay, I'm going DEFCON 3 on the black people and y'all can't say nothing about it? Or are you saying you going after actual Jewish people who are considered Jewish people by the wider society, but you doing it under the guise of like, oh, I'm doing it with my blackness, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this nigga is on some other shit. And this dude right here kind of talked about it a little bit. So let me go into it or whatever. He's sitting up looking like, you know what I'm saying, young Al B. Sure finna go hoop and shit at the park on 2K or something. Let's go.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another reaction on this channel, man. Today we are in tune for another very interesting topic of conversation, man. Now listen, this video right here is very, very long overdue, but today we're going to be talking about it. Now on this channel for the past couple of months, all we have been doing is exposing these celebrities, these artists, even comedians, and how they partake in a role for this demonic agenda that the industry is trying to push, all right? Now every single time Kanye West comes up in that conversation, I've always looked at him as a saved individual. All right, now I put that in quotation marks because he always says things like Sunday service and I was saved and, you know, he's a new devout Christian and stuff like that. But a lot of people in the comment section were saying that Kanye West is a part of this entire thing too, this demonic agenda as well. And honestly, I looked at these comments and I said to myself, nah, this man literally has been telling us that he's trying to dedicate his life to God. But then I realized one thing. Every single religion, including Satanism, has a god. You have Hindu, Buddha, you have Christianity, you have Catholicism, you even have smaller sections of different religions that worship different saints and prophets. Every single religion has their own god, including Satanism, bruh. Now, we reacted to a video on our Patreon, and there was literally an entire occultic Satanist group doing rituals and all type of crazy shit. All types of crazy shit. And they were using words as if they were interchangeable. They were over here saying, oh yeah, we have to save our brother from whatever. Meanwhile, it's an entire demonic ritual. There's blood rituals and shit. We have to go to mass. Meanwhile, it's an occultic gathering. They're using these words that Christians and all of these other religions use as if they're interchangeable when they're really not. But I realize it's because that whatever they're worshiping is their God. So today we're going to be exposing Kanye West's Sunday service because I realized one of two things. First and foremost, when he was premiering his Donda album, he had an individual by the name of Marilyn Manson, a very, very well-known Satanist. And we're going to be talking about him today too, just so you guys don't think I'm making this shit up. Because y'all just think I'll be...
See, I talked about this shit the other day. I ain't know nothing about this. I never even seen this dude channel before. As a matter of fact, shout out to Nitrous TV. I'm a sub to your channel on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know what I mean? Show some real love. So I never even knew about this before, but about this channel or whatever, right? So y'all don't think I'm like content riding or nothing like that. You can go back. I can even go back myself and let y'all know tomorrow where I talked about this already. Where I talked about him and the connection like with Marilyn Manson and shit like that, right? But to see somebody else see that shit and pointing it out, and he did a little bit more of the research on it and did a little bit more connection. When is this video from? This is from June 30th. So this is from back in like in the middle of the summer, beginning of the summer, middle of the summer, right? So yeah, I felt like this shit was interesting. I'm like, damn. It go to show you, you don't know, like you think something and you notice something and you think you the only one that noticed that shit, but sometimes other motherfuckers notice it too. And that's why I feel like everybody kind of need to, if you feel like you got something to say, man, say that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like I want to make content, whatever they want, however you want to call that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let motherfuckers know, because you never know who the fuck listening and who gonna get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all go to his channel, y'all sub this channel, write in the comment, like, MacWorld Media sent me here or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they could show me some love, man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, real shit, shit is interesting. Let's go.
I'm pulling shit out my ass nowadays, man. Listen, the whole reason why I made the Patreon is because I want to provide you guys with evidence that I can't post. In the center of what seemed to be an occultic service, bro. I'm not gonna Manson and Justin Bieber to his Sunday service. They were literally in the center of what seemed to be an occultic service, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're about to hop into this video. We're gonna break it down from start to finish. Make sure I do leave a like down below and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to get notified whenever I do drop bangers like these. And make sure I subscribe to the Patreon so we could talk about a lot more in-depth things such as this. I found this video of a very, very interesting clip from a different religion. And they're over here.
Kia just made a interesting ass comment, right? She said that Satan was an angel at one point. And she said the best lie is the one in between two truths. I never heard that before, but that shit, it's true. When I have found myself telling a fib, it was shrouded by two truths, okay? So yeah, damn, that's crazy. Gang, right there, ooh-wee. I think about that one. The best lies in between two truths. But nah, so just for that and just for what she said, I'm gonna show y'all a bonus clip, right? And I got a little bit of time, so I'm gonna let him show y'all this thing where he said he seen a demonic ritual and then he seen a Kanye ritual, and he was pointing out how basically it was the same fucking thing. I'm gonna let y'all see it though. Let's go.
Torturing the people in the service. The priest is wearing crosses and it looks like it's a holy mass, but yet these individuals are getting tortured in the service. That's going to be over on my Patreon tonight, okay? But without further ado, man, we're about to hop into this video of Kanye West and Marilyn Manson getting exposed for this demonic ass occultic gathering. Let's get it, bro.
Kanye West brought back his Sunday service on Halloween, but the choir concert...
Nigga brought back his Sunday service when?
Kanye West brought back his Sunday service on Halloween, but the choir concert was not without controversy. Kanye, who legally changed his name to just Ye, hosted the popular service on a rooftop and had a number of guests in tow, all dressed in white. Roddy Ricch and Justin Bieber joined the Flashing Lights rapper at the helm. Justin gave a blessing and
Hey, I don't know if y'all could see it, but Roddy Ricch there, and everybody got on they got on hoods and shit. Like, you know how they do them rituals and shit, like them crazy ass occult rituals, and everybody wear hoods and shit like that. But Roddy Ricch said, fuck all that. I ain't wearing no fucking hood. Roddy Ricch, he wore the white, but he just got a sweater on. He said, man, I'm finna wear a white sweater and look hood. Nigga, I'm not finna wear no fucking hood. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
performed during the event.
God, thank you for your people.
We got Marilyn Manson right here, bro. A very well-known Satanist, bro.
Thank you for your people. Thank you that you leave the 99 for the one. Thank you that you never leave us or forsake us. Thank you that we could never be more loved than we are right now in this moment.
He and the choir sang a number of songs off his new album, Donda, which was released earlier this year, including Hurricane.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this right here. All of my Patreon subscribers, you already know where I'm going with this, okay? This image right here is an exact portrayal of what I saw in the satanic rituals that were going on in that occultic group, all right? Literally over here doing different type of blood.
Look at that. If y'all can't see it, it's like he's showing one ritual and it's supposed to be like a satanic ritual. And then he's showing the Sunday service, I guess he called it, ritual they doing on Halloween with Marilyn Manson. And it looked like the same shit. I mean, like, at some point it get a little blatant, it get a little obvious. It's like, how stupid are you gonna be to fit in? Could I put something in your face and you not see past my money and you accept it? And oh, I swear to God, right hand to God, you know, no religious shit, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, I said this shit. I was like, he tried to mix everything with popularity. Whatever he tried to mix, when he tried to do the Confederate flags, it's like he tried to do it in a certain way, like, oh, I'm a black Nazi or something. I don't know what that bullshit was he did when he released the first Jesus album. He tried to sell the Confederate flag clothes. I said he just tried to mix it all with popularity. And I said this without knowing this right here. I said, I wonder when he gonna try and mix like straight Satanism with that shit. And that's what it looked like he was basically trying to do in a way. I ain't even think about it like that. Like, I didn't know the aesthetic of the rituals and all that and so on and so forth. But I will show y'all this. I want to get to my bonus clip because I'm running out of time a little bit. So I'm gonna go here, right? And while I pull up this bonus clip, right? So I didn't know at the time when I said that about the aesthetic he had going behind his services and all that type of shit. But looking at it though, it's like, man, it looked like one of those rituals, bro. It looked like one of those rituals. And I mean, it's only so much you could say to really you know, try to cover for the shit or try to explain it, because
they wrote the Bible again, he would be in it. Duh, yeah, I would be in it.
One of God's favorite angels.
Hey, kid, this for you.
Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a situation when I'm involved. See, I say what they say when the mic is off.
And then you have all the information that one of God's favorite angels that was in charge of music came down and started putting message in it. You know, the devil is also the angel of music.
Devil is also the angel of music.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm going down as a legend, whether or not you like me or not. I am the new Jim Morrison. I am the new Kurt Cobain. You know, they feel like, yo, you know, he's got a God complex because he said if they wrote the Bible again, he would be in it. Duh, yeah, I would be in it. I feel like I'm one of the more important people, you know, in pop culture right now. One of the only people with an opinion. The Bible had, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 characters in it. You don't think I would be one of the characters of today's modern Bible?
Well, it's the perfect gift for someone who worships Kanye West. There is now a version of the Bible for sale on Etsy called the Book of Jesus. It's a remix on the Book of Genesis, where every time God is mentioned, the book replaces it with Kanye. The first passage reads, "In the beginning, Kanye created the heaven and the earth."
And as positive as possible.
In the beginning, Kanye created the heaven and the earth.
Yeah, I mean, we were really light on even giving it a name. It's just the idea that we had to open up our hearts and make music that we felt was as pure and as positive as possible. Programming, like what I talked about, the hi-hats, the 808 that usually hits inside of the lowest chakra, which is your sex chakra.
Great victory.
And then you have all the information that one of God's favorite angels that was in charge of music came down and started putting message in it. You know, the devil is also the angel of music.
Devil is also the angel of music.
Hopped off the Amistad and made I'm a god. It's always a little.
I just found that interesting right there, like seeing that in his own words, right? And knowing the way he think, having Marilyn Manson around him doing shit that look like rituals. Talking about he hate Jews, which Jesus is Jewish, obviously. Like, it's shit like, you know, the cult school, shit like that. Like, come on, man. Folks be like, oh, he tripping, he flipping out, this is mama and all that. Nah, y'all gotta learn it's good and it's evil out here, and y'all gonna stop thinking that everybody that got money got that money because God gave them a whole just bunch of money and a wife that looked like Jezebel and that makes sex tapes and all that. Like, all this shit is just from God. Y'all gonna stop thinking, you know what I'm saying, like that, because that ain't how God bless you. He don't bless you. God bless you with peace of mind. He bless you with abundance. He bless you with, surround you with good things, your family, you know what I'm saying, the respect of your family, wealth, you know what I'm saying, like in the form of health and things like that. Kanye was getting liposuction, but what did he say? He said he got liposuction for who? Because he said he got liposuction so we wouldn't laugh at him, you know what I mean, like all that shit. It's just like at some point, man, you know, folks gotta wise up and shit. And he just intent and stuck on being who he think people want him to be, or who the people who he idolized want him to be, right? And speaking of that, bring me to my last story. We come around the 2 o'clock mark. I appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying, stuck with me and shit. I know I done ran a little long on some shit. Get them likes up, man. Get the likes up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please. So we can keep doing this. You know what I mean? I like it. But so I'm gonna tell y'all a personal story, right? Because what Kanye trying to be is the one black dude. He trying to be the token black dude, right? And speaking of that, look, this comedian had a funny ass set, and I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna show y'all this, and then we gonna go to it, right? Check this out.
Give it up for James Davis, everybody. James Davis.
I'm a professional token black friend. I do that, you know? No, for real. Like, I have a lot of white friends, and I'm their only black friend. A lot of black people don't like being the token black friend. I don't know what's wrong with being the token black friend at all. The niggas in the world, they chose me, you know? Makes me feel special. I'm their LeBron. I was the #1 draft pick in the Black Fan Lottery. I took my talents to Caucasia. You know? The only thing is this, white people, when you do have a token black friend, that shit is exclusive, okay? You can't be going out in the world making new black friends behind your first black friend's back, you know? It's like you've been cheated on, you know? That happened to me. I showed up to play beer pong with the white homies. I walked through the door. There's this unidentified Negro in the corner. I was like, wow, okay. Okay. Cliff, Todd, Jeff, over here, team meeting. Who the is this? I didn't know you were seeing new black friends.
Two guns in the building. What's going on with you, pimpin'? Sitting up here talking about straight tokens and shit. Let's go.
I'm gonna be real. I'm hurt, guys. I feel betrayed. What is this dude bringing to the table that I'm not? You know, I mean, I've taught you all the new dances, put you onto some gang signs, introduced you to fucking gumbo the other day. Like, what else can I do? And what made it worse was that this dude was darker than me, had dreadlocks, was missing a couple teeth. It was like they had upgraded in blackness, you know? Now I'm at home watching TV One and BET trying to out-black this nigga. Make a long story short, I'm teaching my white friends Swahili, you know? We're working on our clip.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I said at this point, I gotta teach them folks Swahili. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We working. Shout out to the moderators. So, it's funny as hell what he said, because that kind of tie into my story, right? He said that it be the token black friend, right? Basically, they have like one black friend, a bunch of white folks and shit. They'll have one black friend, because, all right, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? This my channel, so I could say it, right? The reason they got one black friend, right? You walk into a room, you walk into a room full of white people, right? They got one black friend. That's cool. That's trendy. That just mean that they in there. You know what I'm saying? You obviously y'all ain't in the hood or nothing, or y'all, they not gonna come down to your house and shit. You know what I'm saying, right? So they got their black person there, so they feel like, yeah, we gotta inroad into the culture. Let's just call it the culture, right? So they got you there, and it's cool. But if you walk in and you see two black people in the room, oh hell no. That's some nigga loving going on in here. You know what I'm saying? What y'all doing with all these black people in here? You know what I'm saying? Why two? Why is it two? Why is it two black people? After two, how many more is it gonna be? You gonna slowly start to see, like, so usually it just be one, and that's the token. You know what I'm saying? Just to say the things they need to say and have the opinion they need to have. But also, you got a role to play too, right? And this the shit that I fucking hate, and this what I can't stand. These folks act like you are their portal and their tour guide into blackness and all black topics and everything black. And they all got that attitude. And even when they deal with people, anytime they talk to people, like, and they address somebody black, it's as if you are their token black friend. Like, they will ask you shit about, like, well, what about the gangs in Chicago or something? They'd be like, motherfucker, I'm in Milwaukee, and do it look like I'm in a gang? Like, I can't tell you shit about the gangs in Chicago. That's the shit you obsess over on YouTube, the war on Chirac and shit like that. Like, bro, that shit don't mean shit to me. Like, shit like that is the stuff we trying to get away from in our culture, but y'all keep buying into it. Y'all keep building interest in that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so token black friend. You know, he was, when he said, and why I played this, it was funny because he said he walked in and they had another black friend, but he was a blacker dude and shit, right? Like he had dreadlocks and he was blacker, like, and dude said, nah, I gotta go home. He said, fuck it, I'm finna teach my white friend Swahili and shit, right? But the thing about it is, that's how it is though. Like, they'll meet you, or, you know, like Kanye, for example. I use him as an example since we talked about him on the show. Or any other sellout, any other token, like proud person wanting to be the token. That's their biggest fear, is that they know that it's about having that one black person there. You know what I'm saying? Just for their own purposes, not for you necessarily. Like, your biggest fear is that you're not as fucking interesting as they think you are, and you just there as a black prop almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? To confirm or deny, you just a rubber stamp, right? So your biggest fear is that you just a rubber stamp. And when you see a new black person and they personality ain't nothing like what you thought you had to be like to be accepted by them, then you take that shit personal. And that's what he talking about right there. So, and this is my story, right? So I had a friend, dude name was, I want to say his name was like AJ or something like that. White dude and shit. Dude had a little bit of money. His pops had some money, ran the company. And then he ended up, his dad ended up passing away. So he left him like the house, left him a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Left him some money, left him the business, basically the whole business. And the business was big to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it was a big company that his dad kind of worked for, and he had to sign like a non-compete agreement because they was afraid, like, man, this dude, he younger than his pops, but his pops was like the dude running shit, so he could start his own company. So I remember thinking like, damn, this motherfucking major, he got money and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And so, you know, coming from where I'm coming from, you know, I wasn't doing too bad myself. I was you know, I was an entrepreneur, a jack of all trades of things, you know what I'm saying, legal and extra legal. You know, so he comes to me and he like, man, what's up, bro? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm getting this money. Oh man, I want to flip some money, bro. You know, it's like, it's just a allure of wanting to be involved in something, and then seeing me as somebody that you think I'm heavily involved in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna go out here and, you know what I'm saying, go to what you know as the streets. Like, soon as we pull up and get into the neighborhood, rap music start playing and shit, a baby is crying, a couple gunshots go off. Like, nah, nigga, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was invested in thinking he finna put some money down, like in the, let's just call it like in the trap. You know what I'm saying? Now, at this particular time, this motherfucker is telling me like, okay, I'm gonna put this money on top of whatever money you spending. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so me thinking the way I think, I'm like, all right, cool. You know, it's no way that I could really pass up a opportunity to like double my money or just whatever, however and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all these, it's like we could get more Girl Scout cookies, and you know what I'm saying, more ho-hos and ding-dongs if we put our money together and we go to the store and we, you know, we negotiate. So it's like we go to that motherfucker and shit, and this fool, instead of giving me the money, you know what I'm saying, in like cash or something like that, this motherfucker writes me a check. And not only do he write me a check, this motherfucker write me a fucking check from his trust fund or some bullshit like that. And, or some type of trust account or some fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? And so when I try to go cash that shit in my account to go pull our money out, my money and his money, you know what I'm saying, the money he was giving me, and then the money I was getting, you know what I'm saying, for myself, they fucking flagged my whole account. They flagged the whole fucking account thinking I'm writing counterfeit checks off of the white trust fund boy, off of the white boy trust fund account, and he's under duress and shit. And like, so now I can't get my own fucking money. This stupid ass flag on my account ended up lasting for 2 weeks. They flagged my account, man. I was fucking pissed. I'm like, dude, see, this what happened when you motherfuckers try to play games with shit, man. Y'all be wanting to do shit y'all don't got no business doing, and be wanting to do that shit all halfway and do that shit wrong and shit. So I'm fucked up now. I ain't got no money. I can't touch my own money and shit. I want to go break his damn neck, right? But he said, okay, I give you this money and shit. Like, I got X amount of money, I give it to you, boom. So I take that money, bing, pow, ping. I make some things happen. Not only that, he introduced me to some other people. You know what I'm saying? It was this couple. And the couple, you know, they really, really like the Girl Scout cookies and shit, right? So they would come over my house to get the Girl Scout cookies and stuff like that. You know, they was just, man, hungry, dude. Like, y'all really are some hungry people, dude. Like, dang. So they coming over and he introduced me to him or whatever. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Good looking out. But then what ended up happening was, you know, they end up having some type of fallout or whatever. Now at this point, I'm cool with AJ, but I'm not really seeing him too much like that. His people, on the other hand, I'm seeing them damn near every day. These folks keep coming. They stayed, I want to say, in like West Dallas. So they just flying over my house. I keep seeing them. It was to the point where I was like, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm sick of seeing y'all faces, dude. I'm gonna come over y'all house. You know what I'm saying? Went over there to their house. They ain't even had no damn house. They was living in a damn hotel and shit. I'm talking about, man, these folks was on cookies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's so crazy that they was like, yeah, AJ, you know, we don't talk to AJ anymore. And yeah, he's this and he's that. And I'm like, oh yeah, and they telling me a bunch of shit about it and shit. Like, I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta be the first person in history where they selling out to the black guy and shit. Like, yeah, AJ's like this. But then the chick go as far as to be like, when they fell out or whatever, my guy was like, I gave you guys my black guy. I was like, what? Do y'all know how crazy that shit is, dude? He said, I gave y'all my black guy. Like, that shit is crazy. So I was the token black friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the validator, originator, watermelon chicken preferator. Look at it. I don't fucking know. But it's just crazy though, because it was some insight into how they think. It's like, this the one dude we approved of. And he got my approval, guys. I let him in, I certified him, guys. And I gave them to you guys, and now you guys have them. Like, that's what, like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all get the way I'm saying this shit. But hey, fuck you too. Two said nigga getting passed around. Right? Like I'm a prop, bro. I felt it was, and they ain't do shit to me. And it wasn't like they wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You know, they was getting cookies and shit. Like, it wasn't a bad thing, but no, the way they objectified me, bro. I was objectified. I don't know, you know, I don't even know if that's the word for it. If it ain't helped me out, right? But nah, bro, it was like, yeah, and he said, I gave you guys my black guy. And I'm thinking like, oh, y'all snitching on him. But it's like Lo said, don't tell me what nobody else said about me. Tell me why they so comfortable telling you. You know what I'm saying? So why he felt comfortable saying some shit like that to y'all, why is that? Y'all done had some black dude conversations about me behind. I know y'all, I already know y'all did. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know, black man on deck. You know what I'm saying? I don't give up. But nah, so I was the token black friend, dude. You think you just kicking it, you being you? I went to school with them, so it ain't like, you know, y'all ain't meet me nowhere, busting my gun. You know what I'm saying? Going for dolo or no shit. Out here, y'all met me in class and shit like that, but they felt like, man, black dude up, order up, black dude, black bit. Are you guys taking the black dude with y'all today? All right, y'all have fun with the black dude. Man, I was like, oh my God. I'm taxing you, motherfucker. Nah, but that's my story though, man. I was the token. Look, I get to telling the token story. The sun get to shining on me and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord felt bad for me and shit. He said, right, y'all was a part of this black possession. Right, bro. They was a part of a possessory interest, black men. They was a part of a conversation about possessory interest over a black man's whole livelihood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit should piss everybody off in this motherfucker. It ain't right, man. It ain't right. Don't be the token man. Don't be the token man. Nah, but I gotta get up out of here. I done ran 15, 16 minutes over. You know, mama, I hope you watching. I hope you listening. I love you, mama. I want some African food, mama, if you listening. Here, good looking out too. Came in late, but came in strong. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know, I don't know if Fresh still in the chat, but shout out to all the moderators. If you're new to the channel, like I said, like and subscribe. We're gonna do the same thing every day, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock. If you're tuning in late, just leave a comment in the comments. I get around to you. You know, feel free to DM me, MacWorld, on all the socials. And yeah, I'm up out of here, y'all. Appreciate y'all checking me out again another day. Don't be the token out here, man. Don't let them pass y'all around, man. Later.